Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. It's Friday, February the 4th, and it's time for us to talk college basketball. A couple free picks from myself and that guy on the other side of me, Mr. Chip Chirimbus of chipwins.com. Chipper, I haven't talked to you in a few days, buddy. How you doing?
No, just wonderful, Ross. I told you once this football calmed down that the basketball would start to flourish, and it really has. 7 of the last 9 college basketball best bet winners out there, and also hitting it in the NBA at 5-2 the last week. So basketball right now, we said it would happen. And we said that once the football action settled down and we got a good look, conference play is there, feel really confident of what we're seeing out there as far as these games go. As far as the NCAA championship, it looks like it's an open field right now. I mean, Baylor's pretty good. Kansas, can beat people, and Gonzaga, watch out for them. They're playing really good basketball right now. And Arizona showed that they can contend with anybody the way they beat UCLA last night.
Yeah, they avenged that 16-point loss at UCLA. You can't not mention Auburn in there.
Well, I was just going to get to Bruce Pearl, but I'm on probation like he is. So I must say anything.
Yeah, I guess I don't like rats like him, but you know what? The guy could recruit and coach. So
he's a great coach.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So Chipper, getting off subject a little bit, we saw the ESPN top 100 Major League Baseball players list come out, and a couple choices to your chagrin in terms of where they were rated.
Yeah, well, I think the top 5 was palatable. I mean, Babe Ruth, how could you deny it after, his stats, the old Shoney. But Willie Mays was second. You had Hank Aaron, Ty Cobb, and Ted Williams, who some say had the greatest eye in the history of baseball. But, you got Mike Trout at number 15 after, being in labor 2 years in a row. And he's rated quite surprising over Joe DiMaggio. So, that I think remains to be seen. I guess it's just contemporary attitudes towards it. And there were a few other surprises. I was surprised Nolan Ryan was so low. I'd mentioned that to you. But it's I just get a quick look at the list because I heard on the radio this morning a couple of commentators talking about it. And when they said Mike Trout was like number 15 or 16 an all-time baseball player.
Yeah.
Let him have a career first.
Here's the thing. He's rated ahead of Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio had a 56-game hitting streak, folks, which is still to this day standing.
And also a 39-game hitting streak in his career as well. So
my point was going to be is, when was the last time Mike Trout played 56 straight games?
How about in a season?
Anyway, we're talking college basketball here today. And Chipper, you know what, Chip, tomorrow, 149 games on the board. So, folks, 298 of the 357 teams playing Division I basketball will be in action. So, you know what that means? It's going to be a late night for me and Chip. But we do have a couple of free picks for you, and winning free picks at that. We're going to start with Chipper, see what he has up his sleeve.
Well, coming off last week, Syracuse over Wake Forest at home, it ended up being an easy winner. And to tell you the truth, Ross, I was quite surprised because it ended up being a huge public play. But regardless, it was a winner. I was happy to have it. This week, I have Miami at Virginia. And Miami is 16-6 on the year, 5-1 on the road. And, I just don't think the Cavaliers are the same as they have been in the past, Ross. They're 13-9. They have 4 home losses and, they're 8-4 at home, 10-12 against the number, overall, and 5-7 against the number at home. Not impressive for a type of Virginia team. They still play defense, Ross. There's no question. They're only allowing 62.9 points a game. But this year, they don't even have any offensive firepower. Ross, they're ranked 331st of what you say,
357 teams. Yeah.
357. They're 331 on offense. They're absolutely horrid on offense. They're coming off a big win that they needed over Boston College. They were 9-point favorites. They won by 12. In the meantime, Miami has lost 3 times in the last 15 games. Last time out, they lost to Notre Dame, and we had Notre Dame as a megabuck play. That's one of our big winners. Notre Dame beats them outright in Miami. The other 2 games that they lost in the last 15 were 2 one-point losses to Florida State. So they have 12 wins in the last 15 games. They've been playing well on the road. This Virginia team has alternated wins and losses the last 8 times out. So they had a win last game. That's enough reason for me to take the Hurricanes. I got Miami here. I think Miami wins the game outright.
So Miami plus 4.5 against Virginia. Yeah, that's a perfect example of what me and Chip look at. You know, that was a real head scratcher when I saw that line with Notre Dame being only a 4.5 point underdog in that game, considering the fact that, like you said, Miami went into that game with only 2 losses in their last 13, and both of those were to Florida State, like Chip touched upon, and both came by just a single point. And Notre Dame was coming off a game in which they had to play Duke 2 days earlier at home, and they got blown out. So
absolutely annihilated.
So that's what I mean, folks. Is sometimes the perceived obvious play is not the play. It's a go against. But in any event, I'm going to take a look at the SMU and Wichita State game. That goes at 6:00 Eastern time tomorrow night. Currently, the total in that game is 135.5, and that's going to be my area of concentration. Both of these teams are very good defensively. As a matter of fact, Wichita State over at KenPom is number 31 in defensive efficiency. This is a SMU team that's number 16 in field goal percentage defense. This is also a SMU team number 46 out of 357 teams in 3-point defense, holding teams at 30.4% from beyond the 3-point stripe. Neither one of these teams are great 3-point shooting teams, especially Wichita State, and neither, I should say, really likes to put the foot on the gas pedal and play at a high tempo, Chip. So SMU 4-0 under the last 4, combined 132.8 points per game, and Wichita State 3-0 under in the last 3, when there's been a total of 135 or greater, which we're seeing tonight. In those 3 games, average just 124.7 points scored per game. You guessed it, folks. SMU, Wichita State under 135.5. Chip Chirimbus. Yes. Who do you tell the folks who you like again?
I'll tell you, I can add one more thing to you. Virginia has beaten Miami the last 3 times outright, but Miami has all 3 covers. So we're going to stick with the Hurricanes plus the 4.5. And you can log on and follow the buy links at chipwins.com, because we're up and running and get my megabuck play there. Only $39 each, NBA and NCAA basketball action. So, you know, you got the best of the best at a very reasonable price, Ross.
Okay, so he likes Miami plus 4.5 over Virginia, and I like Wichita State SMU under 135.5. Folks, you could find me at rbwins.com, and I'm having a terrific week. Over my last 7 days, I've gone 17-9. Last Saturday, I cashed in big with my college basketball 10-star top play on Texas Tech -4, who just absolutely annihilated Mississippi State by 26. I'll have another 10-star top play in college basketball tomorrow. My NBA has been on fire, 8-3 over my last 11. The NFL, the Super Bowl pick will be up for me next week. I'm assuming the same for Chip. And my NFL 10-star top plays heading into the Super Bowl, 9-3 with my last 12, 11-4 with my last 15, and coming off a 2-0 on conference championship Sunday last week. And so you can find me at rbwins.com. You can find Chipper at chipwins.com, where the mega bucks plays are doing exactly that. They're making you mega bucks. Until the next time, folks, for Chip Chirimbus and Ross Benjamin, we'd like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Take care and God bless.